Hi everyone, it's Nancy here and I am back with a album share for you. Well, more of a mini album I suppose. And you'll have seen this cover before. This is for my Scotland album from my Scotland trip that I took in 2014. I went away at the end of February to a retreat weekend with the other members of the Hey Little Magpie design team, and had an absolutely fab weekend. And I always find it a bit hard if I'm going for a prolonged, crops are fine, but if I'm going for a prolonged thing, like I went for a retreat last year as well, I like to take a project to work on. And I find like a mini album which tells like a whole story or a event is always a good thing to work on. It also means that you can take limited supplies. Of course I took lots of supplies with me, but it does mean that you can just use take limited supplies. I will link below in the cleavage bar bit that you can see the kit that I put together to make this album. I did use basically everything. Well, I didn't use everything, I just took from that kit. The only thing that I did add to it was some plain cardstock. I realised when I was going to pack away, I didn't actually have much cardstock in with it. I had lots of pattern paper, but I wanted some cardstock. So I did add the My Mind's Eye, I believe. Is it My Mind's Eye? I think the niche pack of cardstock. I can't remember if it is. I'm sure I'll share it in another video. And in that I had some pearlised cardstock and some just like some grey and some white and stuff. So I've used that in here. And you've seen this, I've shared this before. This is just actually a little Christmas decoration that I've added to the front of this album. And this album was actually my 2013 December daily. And this is actually just one of the Studio Calico handbooks, and it has this chevron design on. And the corners are a bit bashed up, and I was gonna like put some like little metal corners on them, but decided I kind of quite liked it how it is. And this is just some tape, parcel tape, and it's actually kind of weighed quite well actually, so I might just have to put a little bit of glue on there, but other than that we're all good. So I'm just going to quickly flick through the album and show you what I've done. Let me just move my coffee out the way. Put that over here. So yeah, this is the album, and I've done it in kind of order of the trip. And I did have lots and lots of photos, and as you all know, I mainly use from this the Get Happy collection from Gossamer Blue. I used the stamp set as well, which I had from Gossamer Blue, and all in all I think it works together really, really well. So this is just a simple sort of title page for the album, and it says Scotland Adventure Awaits, and this small font here is actually the what are they, the Project Life grey alphas. Let me just zoom in here a little bit so hopefully you'll be able to see more what I'm showing you. And then this is just a Project Life card from the Coral edition, I think that one is. I did ink everything in Barnhouse. Is it Barnhouse? Oh no, it was Fired Brick I actually used to ink everything. I took these ink pads with me, I put them in the kit, so I used Fired Brick to ink everything up. And then this is just the Rich Cocoa ink from Memento. So I did keep my page designs quite simple. I also took this Studio Calico transparency pack, which I got in a kit from Scraptastic when I was subscribing, so I wanted to try and get those used up as well. I did have the piece of paper from the Get Happy collection, which had the tartan stag heads on, and so this is just punched out with my 2-inch circle punch. And so I've used that to make some embellishments through here. And so this is just a picture of the very early morning start we had at the station to get on our coach to go to Scotland. I tried to keep kind of an embellishment theme throughout this album, and that is kind of like the circles, the 2-inch circle, there's wood grain, there's enamel dots, and there's these little felt stags that my friend Emma gave me. They came in, I think they came in 4 different colours, so I do have a little box here of navy and turquoise stags, which I'm sure I will find a use for. But I did use the pink and the red ones throughout this album. And I've talked about it before, but how I put albums through. So the first thing I did when I got there is I cut up all the photos. Then I put all the photos in the order I wanted them. Then I cut all the background cardstock. Then I made my embellishments. Then I made like the layouts. Then I went through, put the titles on, and then I added the final embellishments, so like little gems and things like that. And then last thing I did was the journaling, and I find it just much easier to use that process. So this is just detailing when we went, and here's a picture of me and my aunt who I went with. Again, here's this little bit of journaling. My aunt was eating some lunch outside, and we kind of got attacked by starlings, so that's this little picture I took. I took a picture before I fended them off, because you know, you need to kind of document these. I did cut out lots of these little stags, and this is from that very old basic grey Christmas collection, which I absolutely loved. And I painstakingly cut the stags out of one of those pieces of paper so I could use that for embellishments as well. The stamp set from I've forgotten what it's called, the collection I used, wow, brain blank, that had holiday on, and of course it's supposed to be festive, and you know the American term for Christmas and stuff is holiday, but of course we here in the UK use holiday as like meaning a vacation, so that worked in really well. I did just keep some bits of pieces of ephemera, so this is just a bag from Gretna Green from when I bought something from the gift shop, so I've just included that in there, and just kind of thought it looked quite cool. Here is then a picture of me and my aunt at Gretna Green. I've just put a little title here saying it's not raining, because last time we were at Gretna Green together on the way to Scotland it was absolutely chucking it down. And there's this really cool sculpture there as well, so again just using up, adding little bits of tape. These are the Amy Tangerine craft labels, and these are some Studio Calico labels, so I've just added those just to kind of keep some consistency throughout. And we did do our Scotland selfies. I've done a previous layout about our Scotland selfies. This is then just documenting the hotel we stayed at, and our coach seats, and just talking a little bit about that. This is then just a little bit that came in our hotel room, and things about the trip. I do like to take photos of the room that we stay in when we go away. So this is just a little picture there, and just talking about what room number we're in. Again, I made some just quite simple filler cards using the Good Cheer, that's it, Good Cheer paper pack. And this is some paper actually that Joanne sent me, and I think that was a basic grey paper actually, and it was really good for journaling, and it matched the colours I was using fab, so I did cut that on some little journaling spots. And then this was the amazing view we had as you kind of walked into the hotel. You walked in from the back, and then they had this huge bay window overlooking the loch, which was amazing, so I've included that in there. I'll include that photo at the end as well. Here's just a picture of the coach that we went on and my luggage label, and again just stamping up that Good Cheer stamp just to add a little bit of decoration. Whoops. And as I said, this is a Studio Calico handbook, so I did actually end up using the Studio Calico handbook infills. I did buy a lot of the snap ones, but because I couldn't find the Studio Calico ones, then I actually found some Studio Calico 6x8s, which is what I really wanted, so I ended up using them. So I have now got a stash of the snap ones, so I'm going to buy myself a snap binder and then use that for another little project. Here's just some photos of the back of the hotel, which overlooks the loch. I think I've talked about this previously. It's it's what we call in the UK a turkey and tinsel tour. So you kind of go away just before Christmas, and you kind of have a faux Christmas. So like there was Christmas decorations up everywhere. We went the beginning of November, so it was coming up to Christmas, but not actually Christmas. So there was like beautiful Christmas decorations and stuff everywhere, and we kind of dressed for dinner every night. So just a little photo of us, and again just using that circle punch and some like little offcuts I had, and of course I've used my gold Heidi Swap Colour Shine. And again here just a couple more filler cards, and then talking about the food and things we ate. And you know, there's little silly things that you remember about the trip, like we had this little snag Christmas decoration on our table which kept falling off and falling into food. It was quite humorous, so I've just included that in. This is actually a sticker from the Good Cheer Gossamer Blue sticker pack. Again, I took loads of photos even though I was away for like 5 days. So I've just included like some of the little photos. Again, here's a little bit of transparency. Again, made some embellishments here, and this is just kind of like a little collage I've made with using this paper. Again, I love this tartan paper because it matches this little stag so well. And this is just Loch Long, which was where our hotel was on. It was the Loch. Again, just made another little thing. Just had 2 little images here which I love of the Loch, and we stayed in our garden on Loch Long, and so I've just put that as a little bit of a title in there. And this is a die cut which is Go See Do, and that was one that Osnak Gonzo Sandra sent me, and I love them. I'm still using them up. I've kind of been saving them, so I really like that on there. I did buy some postcards when I was there, so I've just stuck them in. I may go back and do some more journaling on here. Again, this is slightly fancier kind of embellishments. I've just used a gold doily. This is a little wood veneer snowflake from Scraptastic, and again one of those little felt reindeers. And again, like, some pages don't contain much journaling at all, but you just have the consistency of one of the embellishments. And the views over the lochs were just stunning. Like here you can see the reflection in the loch. Oh, it was absolutely stunning. So I did take loads and loads and loads of pictures, so I'm just including them here. This is a piece of basic grey paper. Again, just made some more embellishments here. I do love my 2-inch circle punch. I really want to look at getting maybe a 1.5. I just have this X-Cut one. It's a real cheapy one, but I really love it. So I want to probably get a 1.5-inch punch as well. I think that I'd use that quite a lot. I really enjoyed when making those circular embellishments for this, and you've seen me do that before in some other album shares. If you go back and look through my Czech Republic album, mini album share as well, and also my RAS album as well, again I like to use little circles because I can make the embellishments up before I put them in the album then. So again, here's just some more views. Again, I used a piece of Hessian here, which was just really cheap, and I'd already used it on the front cover here, so I wanted to just carry that on somewhere throughout. I did do, if you follow me on Instagram, you'll know when I was away, I'd done a daily loch selfie. So here's just a picture of that, and I've got a transparency behind it. This is a word from, I believe it's Dear Lizzie. Emma sent it to me. So I've just coloured that up there. I really love how that is. And again, these are the stickers that came, well, not stickers, they're kind of puffy letter stickers that came with that Gossamer Blue collection. Again, another beautiful picture of the loch, because it's mainly what this is just pictures of lochs. Went into Edinburgh for the day, so I've got some pictures of Edinburgh. It was very kind of overcast and foggy while we were there, so I did just include a postcard of kind of like the same view here. And again, just some simple embellishments. Some more pictures there of Edinburgh, pictures of the Scots Monument. I also used quite a lot of this wood grain textured cardstock. I really love that, and that's from American Crafts. So again, just going through, this is still in Edinburgh. And pictures and little spots for journaling. Iron Brew is a stereotypically Scottish drink. I absolutely love Iron Brew. You can get it in the UK as well, but this was a label of a bottle of Iron Brew that I brought in Scotland, so I wanted to just include that. So I've just stuck a label and then a little few enamel dots, and those enamel dots also came from the Gossamer Blue collection. Here I've just got some wood grain cast that I've added a little bit of gold mist and stuff behind it. Used some Project Life cards. Again, I believe this one is from the Coral edition. And then just use some different bits of tape and stuff here. Here's another selfie of me and my auntie. This is when we were in Edinburgh. And again, just added some simple decoration around. Beautiful postcard view of Loch Lomond. And some more pictures of some lock views. I'm aware that this is nearly 15 minutes, so I kind of need to kind of speed it along because they basically are just stunning pictures of locks. And I only took my iPhone, and I had an iPhone 5S then, and pictures are beautiful and wonderful, and actually so much easier to take pictures. These pictures were taken while in a coach out of a window, so I'm pretty pleased with how they came out. Again, there's another postcard. Beautiful sunsets. More beautiful sunsets. So then I've got some more lock pictures. As I said, these are all taken in the coach, so a lot of them I took actually square pictures, you know, in the square setting on my iPhone. This is going down into a van, beautiful, and then we went through Glencoe, and so they're absolutely beautiful, stunning pictures. This is again where I'm just talking about the coach view, and these are the views that I got from just like sitting. It was perfect. I was like sitting reading on my Kindle and looking at all these stunning views. It was just amazing and so relaxing. I like to include certain things in night travel journals, even though this, you know, this was still kind of in Great Britain. So I've just included some Scottish banknotes, just because I thought, you know, they were a bit funny. You know, we can use them as legal tender here in the UK, but I just thought, you know, it's a little bit different. And then every night after dinner I treated myself to one of the local whiskies. So there's a picture of me with my whiskey. So this is pictures of Glencoe. Glencoe is stunningly beautiful, but also very, very isolated. I always say that I would love to live in like the middle of nowhere in Scotland, as long as I had Wi-Fi, and those two things don't really go together. But yes, I could see myself living out, you know, on a Scottish hillside if I had Wi-Fi and I could get my scrapbook supplies delivered, because there wouldn't be too many people to annoy me either, so it'd be kind of pretty ideal. Again, another beautiful picture looking across Glencoe. Just using my roller stamp here in the background again with that fired brick, and then there's another little embellishment, and these embellishments were made prior to putting them on the page. Here's a selfie that me and my aunt took in Glencoe, and the title here is "Wigs Don't Mix with Scottish Wind." My aunt is not wearing a wig, but it was very, very windy and my wig was trying to take off, so that's quite humorous. So just wanted to include that. And this is another little Project Life card, and this was cut out from Project Life card as well. Here is then just another little selfie I took overlooking the beautiful hills around Glencoe, and there's also a memorial up on Highland Hill there as well. Just again another one of my daily selfies, and here I'm talking about my daily lock selfies. Just made this little filler card using one of the transparencies and that stamped image. And this is actually, this long picture here was taken using the panoramic option on my iPhone. So just spun around there and took that, and I just printed that out on a 4x6 and then just trimmed that down, and it kind of works in really well with the layout of this. So I've got this kind of 4x4 and then this kind of 1x6, and so I've then just infilled it in there. I really love how that page looks. Here is mine and my aunt's last selfie of the holiday, and this is when we're in a van, and again just using one of those pre-made embellishments I've made prior to putting the pages together. And there's also a transparency on here as well. I just love this busy tartan paper. Here are the stunning pictures from when we were in a van, and I just absolutely love the reflection in the water. It's just simply stunning, and there was blue skies. It was amazing. So again, there's just a couple more pictures there. Here is then just a little picture of me sitting with my Kindle reading beside a lock like you do. So I've just made that page there. Here's another little page just featuring my whiskey. I'm not necessarily going to go back and do any journaling on here, just wanted to show that one up. Then, as I said, we have kind of like different evenings, because you have like a faux Christmas day and a faux like New Year's Day. So this was New Year's Day, faux New Year's Day. So I've just made the simple one. I've got a little doily here, which is like a Christmas doily, as an embellishment, and then I've cut this out of some Project Life cards. So there's this little selfie and then here is a picture of my aunt with her little party hat on, and then this is that Good Cheer paper that I've then just cut out those stag heads from. And again, this smile is from the Dear Lizzie ones, I believe. Again, it's another one that Emma sent me, and this Mary is just from the sticker pack that came with the Gossamer Blue collection. And I just coloured this in with my Wink Stella gold pen, which has a beautiful shine, so I'm going to be using that on a few more embellishments. Another one of the pictures here, everyone will know from a video I done a while back that I do love the Highland cows. And of course I had to buy a couple of Highland cow postcards, even though I think I had every postcard they ever made about 10 years ago when I went. This is just a little bit about nighttime fun, and just not necessarily being able to sleep because of my aunt snoring. And then sitting again with my whiskey and my book. I think I read about 3 books when I was away for those 4 days, so it was great fun. And again, I've just added some gold mist to the back there. And here is another picture of me when we were dressed for dinner one day, so I've just included that. And then the final image of this book is that stunning view out of that massive bay window looking over the loch, which I'd love that view. I could, you know, wake up to that view every day. It's amazing. And so I've just used this Holiday Happy one there, and again that just came in the sticker pack. So there you go, that is my album. I've just got that blank one there. And so this took me, as I said, over a weekend, so it took me about sort of two days, I'd probably say. But of course there was lots of breaks and chatting and different stuff in between that. But I'm really pleased that I came away with like a completed project. It is a really thick, chunky album, but it's not too chunky, you know, it's easily contained within this album, and I just really love how this all looks and how it's all in there, and it's going to sit on my shelf looking rather cool as well. So I hope you've enjoyed this quick kind of look through. Well, it probably wasn't that quick, it's like 23 minutes of this album. I really enjoyed making it, and I was planning to make some of it on camera, but of course that didn't work out that way. But I really love how it came out, so I just wanted to stop by and share it with you. So please do give us a thumbs up if you've enjoyed this video, or leave a comment. I do love reading all your comments, and eventually I do get back to replying to them. It just takes me a little bit of while because I have to log onto my PC because my laptop, not my PC, because it doesn't really like me replying on my phone. So I'm going to stop talking and finish my coffee, and I'll see you all again soon. Thanks very much, guys. Bye!